Hi everyone, welcome to Newcastle Fans TV, and I'm joined by a very special guest. I have Hugo Viana. Thank you very much, Hugo, for coming on and
Thank you
accepting it.
for you to have an interview with me. It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much for coming on. So I'm going to be just asking you a few questions about your career, and then we'll ask you some questions from the fans that have been sending them in about your career, and mostly at Newcastle as well. So I just wanted to take you all the way back when you were a young teen. You were at Sporting, you broke into the first team, and you won European Young Player of the Year. Now, when you won that award, did you feel like an extra burden of pressure on your shoulders, or was it more of the case that you felt privileged that your peers and footballers across Europe and journalists recognised you as this hot talent being a youngster?
Yeah, of course, makes a lot of pressure. It's an honor at the same time. But when you are in that level, the trophy will was the most important trophy individual on my career, of course. But that makes a lot of pressure to you also. So. Also, when I went to Newcastle, the price that I paid for me was also one part of that pressure.
Yeah.
Could sometimes the pressure could be good, but I was 19, so with everything I could not do everything what I can. My performance, I know, wasn't all the time a good performance. I understand that Newcastle expect very good things from me. I couldn't give,
Yeah.
but then on my career, so I made some good moments. I'm happy with my career, and also, of course, and was a privilege and an honor to be part of the team.
Fantastic, thank you. Now, you were a year or two ahead of this global superstar, Cristiano Ronaldo. Did you know when he was young that he would go on to be this global icon across the globe?
We,
Could you?
we can say now everyone says, oh yes, when I saw Cristiano with 15 or 13, I already knew. But there is a lot of players that you can see that if they don't do something wrong during his not career but the teenager,
Yeah,
it's difficult. We had a lot of examples here in Sporting. Like 3 or 4 players that the directors and the president of Sporting expect a lot of things from them, and they lost themselves, and they lost everything. They start doing bad things as a professional footballer, and Cristiano never done that things. Cristiano was a superb player when he was an academy,
yeah,
and he was very focused on his career. He all the time said for us, "I will be one of the best players in the world. I will work for to be one of the best players in the world." Then, if he could be one of the best of the world, nobody knows. But at that time, he already had the idea to work to be one of the best in the world.
yeah. That inner belief to go on to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you moved to Newcastle. Sir Bobby Robson was in charge. Now, did he help you settle in? Because I read an article that he could speak a bit of Portuguese, and obviously you're a young,
Yeah.
you're 19.
Bad Portuguese, but I could understand.
So you came over as a 19-year-old, and did he help you settle? Because he's really well loved up here in Newcastle.
Yeah, at that time he had a better Portuguese than my English, so we could understand each other very well with Portuguese, English, Spanish sometimes also. But he was I say this for everyone. He was the best person that I met in football.
Was he
He was
everyone?
he was amazing. He was amazing person, very good coach, very good manager also. Um, what can I say different than anyone says about Bobby Robson?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable,
Uh,
unbelievable.
Everybody says that anybody you speak to about Bobby Robson, doesn't matter who it is, always has good words about him, and he's
Yeah.
really well missed up here. Now, I want to point out a game, the final game in the Champions League. You scored, absolutely great goal from Dias cross where he chested it on the edge of the box and he
Yeah.
fired it into the corner. That lives in my memory, being I was about 14, 15 at the time, and those are one of the games that stood out in that season. What do you remember of that game? Because we won it in dramatic circumstances right at the end. Because Newcastle started that campaign losing the first three fixtures and then went
Yeah.
on to win the next three. What do you remember of that game? Because that was a special night for Newcastle fans.
Yeah, I remember it was a very good game from the team. We did very well. Was also, as you said, a very important game to think for to go through on the group. I remember there was a lot of pressure on us that time, but we had a lot of experience in the team with Gary Speed, with Alan Shearer, also with Kieran Dyer, uh, O'Brien, Che Given. So we have a lot of experience on the team. So also we had some young players like me, Bellamy was young at that time, not now, but Jeremy Jenas also, uh, Olivier Bernard. So we have young players, but at that time we listen a lot the experienced players and what I remember from that night was a very very good feelings after the game. We did a very good result, very tough game because at that time Feyenoord was a very tough team, um, but we did it very well. We did it very well.
Yeah, later on that campaign, you played at the San Siro. You come on as a substitute that game, didn't you? And all them fans at the San Siro, Newcastle fans, there must have been about 10,000 of them in that 2-2 draw. That was another one as well. Now, you spoke of Gary Speed. I know you wore his T-shirt when he sadly passed away just before one of your games. How was he in the dressing room, and how was Alan Shearer as a captain?
It was all the time with Gary Speed. They were our leaders. So very easily to talk with them. Very easily, very open persons. So I cannot say also nothing bad about them. Alan was all the time focused on score goals.
Yeah.
Gary works a lot for the team. He wasn't very focused on goals or passes. He just want to do his job. He was a superb player. He was very important for the team. So it was two persons that I met, and I had the pleasure to play along with them. Uh, they were very two pillars, very important on the dressing room.
Now, Bobby Robson assembled such a young squad full of internationals, England internationals, yourself a Portuguese young international. Do you think, because he plucked us from, we were heading down, we were going to be relegated when he first came in the club, and he saved us and then assembled this side. Why didn't we go on and win a trophy under Bobby Robson?
So it's a difficult question. Difficult question. We had I think we had all the conditions to work to win. I remember we won a semi-final of UEFA Cup. We could play against Valencia in the UEFA Cup final, but we lost because of Drogba that time against Marseille. We didn't very well that game also, but that could be the trophy that we were very important at that time for Bobby Robson and also for Newcastle, because the championship was very difficult to win. The cup, in this moment, I cannot remember if we went far or not, but I think the UEFA Cup was
Our best chance.
yeah.
Now, you moved back to Sporting on loan, and I think it was only about a month or two later, the board bizarrely sacked Bobby Robson. Did that shock you?
Yeah. Yes, because I could not imagine at that time Newcastle without Bobby Robson. So Everyone was happy with him, the fans, the board. And that, as you said, nobody can say nothing bad about Barbaros when you have a person in charge of your team like that. So you see, I could see Bobby Robson for a long time in Newcastle. Uh, then came a very different coach, a very different manager also. But I remember I spoke with him after that. He was very disappointed, but at the same time, very proud to being part of Newcastle.
Yeah, because he's always wanted to manage his hometown, hasn't he? Now, after a couple of spells in La Liga, you moved back to Portugal. Initially, it was on loan, and then you joined Braga. Because obviously you were quite successful there. You reached the Europa League final. I believe you won the Portuguese Cup.
Well, with the Sporting also that in 2005 we reached the UEFA Cup final also. We played against Newcastle. You remember?
Yeah, unfortunately. Right. Did you feel more happy being back home? Because it looks like, because I've seen some of your goals, you scored quite a few with Braga. Did you feel more at home being back there?
At that time, yes, of course, but that time was a huge risk in my career for me because I was in Valencia. Braga wasn't the team that it is now. Is a very good team, a very solid club in terms of this, economics and also in terms of the quality of the team. But at that time wasn't so clear. So, but I said, okay, I can go 1 year loan to Braga, and let's see what will happen. We did it. All the players, we did a very good job there. I was very happy. Was the thing that I knew that I have to play. So I need to go for a club to play and enjoy playing again. And then I signed 3 years more with them. I could sign more, but then I was thinking to go for another challenge outside Europe. So because in Braga we won one cup, we went to Europe final,
Yeah.
Europe Cup final. So we did 2 times second on the league. So I could not see doing better myself doing better.
Yeah.
I can see at that time Braga winning the UEFA Cup again, or being the final again, or winning the championship. So I said, no, that's enough. I have to go for another place.
Okay. Now, Hugo, you are renowned for scoring some spectacular goals, and I'm going to take you back. You know what's coming. David Beckham's done this before in his own side, inside his own half, and you've done it as well. What was running through your head? Now, was that against Portimonense, if I pronounced that right?
Yes.
Inside your own half, you decided to shoot, and it went.
Yeah, I remember.
Inside. What a goal that was! What was running through your head there?
0-0, and I know I tried that many times on training, and my colleagues will say, "You crazy." And I remember one or two of my colleagues, when I was prepared to shoot, they said, "No, no, no, no." But even that I shoot, and then they said, "Okay."
Good goal.
But was a good moment. Yes, was a good moment.
Yeah, it's a good goal. Now you're talking that you went out to the Far East to play out your final days, so to speak. Was that a culture shock for you and the family?
Before to make that decision, we went there, and because the president of Braga, he is still my friend. We had a very good relation. I spoke with him. I went there with my wife for 3 days to Dubai, and we before to make the decision, we saw everything. So was quite easy decision. We like the place for our kids. We like the place also for us, but we were worried about the kids. But was one of the best decisions that I made on the personal side, and also on the family side, because it's until now was the best place that I been living. Not, of course, it's not the best place to play football, but I needed that after Braga. I need to go for a place like that.
Yeah. Okay, Portugal. Let's touch upon your international career. You picked up 29 caps for Portugal, scoring the one. You've obviously played with some unbelievable talent in that Portuguese side as well. A few major tournaments you went to as well, but what's your standout memory for Portugal?
To play for your country is always the best thing, the best feeling. I've been there more than 29 times, as you said. I just played 29 times, but was the best feeling, the best thing that you can do in football. It's win trophies and playing for your country. So I've been in two World Cups and one European Championship, and it's the best thing that you can do. One of the best things that you can do in your career.
Represent your own
Yeah.
country. So what's next for Hugo Viana? Now, obviously, we saw you appointed director of football at Belenense. So what are you wanting to go on and achieve, Hugo? Are you wanting to become a coach or a manager? What's your next steps?
As a coach, I never will do it. I think because I know how the players are, so I don't want to be a coach. But I was a sport director. I'm doing now a master in UEFA, a management master.
Yeah.
I will do it for the next 2 years. So I'm doing some work for Portuguese TV. I will do now for the World Cup, during all the World Cup. But I don't know. As a sport director, I enjoyed a lot. I didn't have the present that I should or I could enjoy working with him. But we never know the future. Will be something with football, sport director, being part of board. Maybe we never know. But as a coach, I don't think that
It's not for you.
No, it's not for me.
Right.
Thank
So
you very much.
I just
Thank
want to
you.
obviously
It's a
thank you.
pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you very much, and I know it's difficult to understand me. So well done.
No. Also, my English is not the best.
No, your
The
English
best.
is really, really good. So well done. But thank you very much for obviously coming on to Newcastle Fans TV today.
Wish you all the best.
You
All the
take.
best.
Thank
Newcastle and for
thank
the
you very
fans.
much. Take care.
Thank you.